tra-la-la. My ding-ding-dong.
Alright, enough of that. This is the Sandridge. The gun I've been looking for years. I am pumped to finally own one of these. It is the absolutely ridiculously ideal old school gun. It combines everything that I love about old school guns in one machine. And you can see, it looks like a freaking Borg cube. It's awesome. I think I'm going to have to do this episode in 2 parts, so I will deal with the warp feed aspect of this gun later. So I'm just going to take off the warp feed hopper and tank, and we'll just go into how cool the Sandridge itself is, and then we'll go into, in particular, why I love this Sandridge so much. So, obviously, this is an autococker. Has a back block, has a front block, has got all the good autococker yummies, and the Sandridge is a conversion that was made in about 1998, maybe or late 97. 1998, though, was the first electronic autocockers ever. It was also the first gun to use eyes ever. So, yeah, obviously we have this eye here, and we have dual solenoids. The thing that makes this gun unique is that makes it different than any current E-bladed or, you know, what is the one ANS does? I'm forgetting it right now. Anyway, the thing that makes it so unique compared to that is that it's a fully pneumatic system. I have dual solenoids up here, and one of them obviously runs the ram, and then there's a ram actually in the frame here that runs the sear. So it's not even a pancake style solenoid. Now that's unique. One thing also that's interesting, this is an angel frame, a modified angel frame, which at the time would be like the UL frame of the day. So, like, this is the primo setup for 1998. But that's getting into the next video. Anyway, so it has dual solenoids, which makes it fully pneumatic. There's no pancake-style sear-tripping solenoid. It has a ram that trips the sear. And it has the eyes, which is very cool. But this is the cool thing right here. See these guys? These are Hess sensors. Anybody who knows, you know, like the eMag has a Hess, the Mini has a Hess sensor. They're a magnetic position locator. Using a magnetic field, you can mathematically derive a position depending on the charge of the magnetic field. Same thing goes here, except for these are mounted on the ram. Right? Crazy. This is because this gun has a closed loop control system, unlike any gun ever made besides it. The only gun that might have something like that is the 4-eye system by Bob Long, but that's still not a true closed loop control system, because you see, what happens here when you're shooting, this gun has no adjustments. There's no bolt delay, there's no nothing, there's no LCD screen. It's just a board in there, and you turn it on and you shoot it and you turn it off. But that doesn't mean it's not adjustable, because what's actually happening is the computer that runs the gun, which is in this box here, is sensing where the ram is while it's cycling. So it knows what exactly is going on. Between the eye and the Hess sensors, it knows exactly what's going on in this gun at any time. And it changes the feed rate, or not the feed rate, the cycle rate and everything to be perfect. It also, if you start pinching a paintball, it will sense that on the Hess sensor, and it will kick back and not chop. It's a brilliant system that no other paintball gun ever, to my knowledge, has. I don't know why, because it's so brilliant. It's such an ingenious design that it's just unquestionably cool the way this gun operates. Now, as I pointed out, this guy has this is where the board and battery are, is in this box here. They later made a conversion called the Tiny Tornado, which had the board and battery in the frame itself, with a smaller styled pneumatic piston in here. which I would love to get my hands on, but this gun in particular I loved way too much. It's just, this gun is just so incredibly cool. I was just shooting it, you know, and you could tell as I was running out of air that the gun was cycling differently, not because it was running out of air, but because the computer realized that the RAM was not giving out the amount of force it did, so it was slowing the cycle down, allowing the bolt to complete the cycle even with low air. Like, so cool. I don't know why no other gun company has ever done that. See, in all the other guns, all you have is the eye, and once the eye gets tripped, the gun cycles, or it just simply assumes that it cycles. There's no feedback loop from the gun's function to the board. The board simply gives the solenoid its signal, trips the solenoid, and just assumes that the gun operates according to some preset settings like dwell and all that jazz, right? This guy is totally different. Like I said, you don't have all those adjustments. The computer does all the adjusting for you while it's shooting. With every single shot, it's adjusting how fast the dwell is going to be on these two solenoids. Like, how cool is that? It's just something you don't see anymore, ever. So, that's pretty much why I love the Sandridge. Now, why I love this gun in particular, I'll go into in my next video. I just had to own this gun when I saw it up on M. Carter Brown. I had to own it. There was no way I was not going to own it. It was only a matter of time until I found the money to buy it. I actually bought it. It was broken for like, what was it, 225 bucks. And it was broken. So I, within about 3 hours after getting it, I had it up and running. There was an electrical issue. I hate electrical issues, but with a good voltmeter and a soldering iron, you can most of the time fix just about anything. And that's actually my one fear with old guns, is the boards going out, because there just aren't that many boards around for stuff like Sandridges, Rainmakers, you know, like these old electronic guns, tribals. Like, if the board goes, you're kind of screwed. Everything else is a pneumatic part that you could buy somewhere, or you could even just make it if you needed to. But boards and stuff is a lot harder to deal with. Even, you know, stuff like this eye, this is a off-the-shelf electrical component. I could just buy another one of these. Same with the Hess sensors and stuff like that, but the board is a custom board. So that's kind of the danger you have when you're buying old school guns, and the risk I took when I bought this gun. But luckily, like I said, it paid off really easily, and it was a pretty easy electrical fix. So I will go into everything I love about this gun in my next video here. This particular gun, but a Sandridge is a very... I'm not a huge fan of electronic cockers. Because again, they make guns into that plain pop, boring, pop, no kick, no feel, no pop, no soul. But a Sandridge like this has got soul everywhere, and it's incredibly cool. So I will go into why I love this particular gun in my next video here, but the Sandridge is a unique system, a system that gun designers today do stuff like this. I want to see a controlled, or a closed-loop control gun. It would be brilliant. All you need is the Hess sensors, and then you actually need someone who knows how to computer program. I recommend hiring someone, because board design is terrible in paintball. Always has been. Always will be. It is my supreme thought that very little engineering and very little actual knowledge goes into building paintball guns. That's just my opinion. It's the worst industry ever. But this is certainly one of the paramount achievements of the electro-pneumatic gun. It's awesome. It's awesome. Just when I get a chance to shoot this again, I'll bring my camera and I'll show you. It's spectacularly cool. Because of the closed-loop control system, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, I'll catch you in part 2 of this one, and I'll show you how to, or all about the warp feed system and the custom modifications and crap done to this body. And I'll get back to you on that, so you guys have a good one. Alright, see ya.